Hello everyone, and thank you so much for tuning in to ChasingCinema.com's official YouTube channel. Today is quite an interesting day in movie news as we are going to be talking about Rampage, the adaptation of a 1980s Midway arcade game. If you aren't familiar with the game, there basically was this monster-sized version of a lizard, a gorilla, and a wolf who would wreak havoc on these very, very popular cities across North America. Most of you probably, if you aren't young enough to remember the actual arcade game, would probably remember the World Tour, I believe it was called, which was an adaptation of the game. What system? I believe it was the N64. I could be wrong on that. But nonetheless, I played it as a kid. Many other people played it. I remember a friend having it in the neighborhood. We would always play that game. A very, very fun game is going to be adapted into a film. And do you know who will stand in the path of these monsters, of these creatures who are set to wreak havoc on the world? Well, let me tell you. He's the same man that decided to stand against the world's biggest earthquake. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. That's right, he's going to be laying the smack down on these three monsters, as it appears to be in this movie. Brad Payton is in talks with New Line Cinema to direct this project, which will also re-team him up with his cast and crew from San Andreas, the movie that The Rock did, that was also directed by him, obviously. Earlier this summer, which did phenomenal at the box office. I mean, the numbers were pretty awesome. It was a great hit, and I believe it was one of the most popular movies for that studio, which is quite interesting. I enjoyed the movie. Louis enjoyed the movie. We thought that was a very fun picture. And The Rock's developing so well as an actor that it's getting more and more entertaining to see him. And now, what's better than watching him fight an earthquake is watching him fight a giant wolf, a giant lizard, and a giant gorilla. That means also Beau Flynn would produce the project, who also produced it, and Andreas. So to me, this is a movie that seems kind of interesting, kind of fun. Actually, it sounds like a whole hell lot of a fun. Whole hell of a lot of fun. I said that wrong. Nonetheless, being a fan of the game, playing the game a lot when I was younger, also being a fan of wrestling, and being a fan of The Rock, I think this is the perfect mashup of a kind of thing that audiences will enjoy, have a good time with. I'm interested to seeing how we're going to kind of recreate this. I think this goes back to the conversation we had yesterday when the Emoji Movie was being talked about. If you've not seen that video, you could check that out now on our YouTube page. That is Hollywood out of ideas? Are they going to constantly just steal things or adapt video games or older stuff? And we have Pixels coming out this week, which I'll be reviewing on Friday. Make sure to check out that video review, as well as our review on ChasingCinema.com this Friday, which is about the older video games. And we have this going on. We have a Wreck-It Ralph 2. I mean, anything we could really get our hands on that at least has a name, has a property that has made money once at a time. We are going to adapt and try to bring that audience back and say, hey, remember this, and earn a lot of money with it. However, really, really impressed with San Andreas. They did do a movie before that, this group called Journey 2, which wasn't that great. It wasn't very critically received, but it still made a decent amount of money. So, again, as far as the studio goes, this movie looks like to be a sure hit. Looks like it'd be fun. Get that classic video game appeal. Now, I don't know if it's going to be like a Godzilla-type movie where this is an actual real creature. I don't know if we're going to kind of have the whole video game play on it, kind of like in Pixels. I'm interested in how this movie comes about. Nonetheless, you had me at Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and I know some people are like, ugh. But come on, guys. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who started off in The Mummy 3, and then eventually into The Scorpion King, the movie, has developed amazingly as an actor, and his performance in Pain and Gain I thought was absolutely phenomenal. I think he's very fun in San Andreas. He does exactly what he's meant to do. That movie is effective for what it is, and I've honestly cannot say I've seen a movie with him that really, really disappoints me. Really, really disappoints me. Besides, The Tooth Fairy and a few things like that, but overall, his arc has been pretty good. So I'm looking forward to this picture, but that's not the point. The point is, what do you think about this picture? Let me know down here in the comment sections below. My favorite part about doing these videos is having this conversation with you guys afterwards, so please make sure to join that down here in the comment sections below. If you want to read more about this Rampage adaptation, you just head over to ChasingCinema.com. Click the news button at the top of the page, and you'll see all of our daily video news updates that we do every single day here on this YouTube channel. You'll be able to find this video. Click the link below. It'll take you to the full deadline report, where I got this information. And you'll be able to read more about it. As always, if you don't want to miss any of our updates that we do every single day, I'm going to be reviewing the Mission Impossible movies. I'm going to be reviewing the vacation movies in terms for next week, because those movies are coming out, the 5th installment in the Mission Impossible franchise and the remake of Vacation, or spin-off, or whatever you want to call it, reboot. Today we also talked about Disney 23, we talked about the Spectre trailer, and we also talked about the Mississippi Grind trailer. So you can watch all those videos here on this YouTube channel. Just hit the subscribe button and never miss anything that we're talking about here at ChasingCinema.com. Guys, thank you so much for taking time into your day to watch this video. My name is Jacob Toronto, and please continue chasing cinema.